Good evening to everyone. How are you? This is Joanna, and today I'm just here to do a little short video to share with you how I make my shortcut wings. I mentioned this before when I got these banquet bone-in wings in the hot and spicy flavor. They used to sell these a long time ago. They were like $7 a bag, and you got many more than you do today. Today I have found these things to be as high as like $13.99, but they are nice in a pinch if you want to do a quick meal, or you just want to do something for company gathering or a little get together. So they're already cooked. And like I said, I get the hot and spicy ones just because they have a little bit of flavor. They do also make plain. So they're already prepared. You put them in the oven, or you can cook them in the microwave. I've only ever made them in the oven. And what I do, I had mentioned, is I just do a little bit of barbecue sauce. And I do a little bit of honey. Now, this isn't my honey of choice. I prefer like name brand honey, not store brand. And I like the orange blossom. It doesn't really do much. That was the first honey that I used and it worked. So the Kraft barbecue sauce that I used years ago was a lot thinner. This one today is thicker because I believe they're trying to keep up with the other barbecue sauces. But I actually love the fact that it was thin. It wasn't my choice of barbecue sauce for when I was doing like my barbecue ribs and my slow cooker Sweet Baby Ray's was. But I did like the fact that this was definitely a thin sauce, and it is not thin anymore. So what I'm going to share with you really quickly is what I do. It's not even a long process. I'm going to use this container because I don't have my glass bowl. I remember I told y'all that I use just a little bit. I don't coat the chicken in it. I actually pour a little bit in here like this, and as you can see, this is definitely a little bit thicker than what it was. I don't do a whole lot because all you want to do is just coat the wings. And this is something you can do even if you make your own wings. You fry them up yourself. And the honey, the reason I use the honey, as I have said, is just to make them sticky. And when I first did this, a lot of people thought I made these wings from scratch, and I did not. I had children in the house at the time, and you know, as a parent anyway, we are going to find a shortcut way to make something. Before I ever had my friend that watched the Food Network channel, and she would watch that Sandra lady, I believe her thing was, well, how was it? Was it 70%? Something was 70, something was 30, but it was about being store-bought and some from home. I had been doing that for the longest anyway because I had kids. This was something that I would do when my son would have his little football games after school. He had a little football team that he was on. It wasn't a major one like high school because he was in grade school. But we would come home, I would do this, and I would do the little blue box of the macaroni and cheese, and then I would have some broccoli florets that I had already cooked up or leftover broccoli. So as you can see, all we're going to do is just stir this up. And I don't put the sauce on top because, like I said, I just want to coat it. So I'm going to go off of my phone here and pause and just stir this up really quickly. Now, it would be most likely an ideal for me to do this in a glass bowl, but I don't have a glass bowl at my disposal right now, or even some kind of a sheet. But as you see, they're just lightly coated with the sauce. And like I said, the honey just gives them that stickiness. So what I'm also going to share with you is, since I'm doing this, another little shortcut thing I like to do, because I do generally make my macaroni from scratch, but I like this particular brand. I discovered it at Meijer when I got those ribs that time. And what I like to do with this is I go ahead and cook it up like it says. I think it says to cook it in the microwave for 4 minutes, which I do. But when I make my macaroni from scratch, of course, I add the butter and the cheeses and the Velveeta and the Milk milk and all that. So what I'm going to add to this macaroni, I've already let it cook for the 4 minutes. I'm going to add a little teaspoon of butter and a little teaspoon of sour cream. And then I'm going to stir a little bit of this cheese up in here, your cheese of choice, and then pop it back in the microwave for a minute. So we'll pause and I'll do that. So this is what the macaroni looks like after you follow the package directions. And then I'm going to stir my little mixture in here. I'll continue stirring this up and top it with some cheese and pop it back in the microwave. So some salt, pepper, and 45 seconds later, this is what we got. So I'm going to put this on a plate, and this will be my little lunch. It's actually after 3 p.m., so maybe an early dinner. And voila, I have my little mini meal that took me less than the time it took to cook everything. 4 minutes for the macaroni and cheese, plus my additives, and 45 seconds of reheating. My little shortcut wings that only took me like 25 minutes to prepare, and just toss them in the little sauce of your choice. If you like chili sauce, whatever you like, and I'll have my little LaCroix water. And that is it. So I did want to come back and share this because I told some people that I would. And until the next time, everyone have a fantastic evening.